this is Kate. So I'm going to take you through Filmora Wondershare on how to create a multi-level production with a green screen. So let me first start by importing some documents. So those would be over here, anything with that I filmed today. And that would be 1010, all this. So let me import these documents here, all 6 of them. And I'm going to import one more file to serve as a background for my green screen, but it was not alphabetically in there. So in my school, we've been having some, and if you ever get a document in there you don't want, we've been having some issues with students not completing, so I thought I'd do like a Sarah McLachlan style in the arms of the angel, and I thought it would also be a great thing to just show you the different ways you can layer things in Filmora Wondershare. So the first thing you have to do is find where this is. So let me see if I can find it here.
This Friday is that we get a 3-day weekend.
So I know this happened before. So all you do if you want to cut things is you hit the little highlight it, hit the scissors, delete. Boom, it's gone. So let's see here. I'm going to see myself click at some point. And
we've been doing an amazing job with their specials, but there are a lot more. Whew, okay, hold on. I need to get some mood music and I need to get a background. Here we go.
so that in my regular announcements, that's where I would have it suddenly change. But right now, I'm just going to cut it here, and I'm going to have this little skit start here. So delete that, and go find the end of it. I know this was about 30 seconds long.
Today.
And I'll stop it there. So this will be my little in arm. So you notice that the sound kind of isn't great. So with Filmora, you right click and click adjust audio. And I'm going to actually try and remove some background noise because I just constantly have heaters in my room because of the pandemic and they have things going up. So I'm going to up the sound so you can kind of see the sound waves. And that was just really, this might make it too loud for you guys at home, but this will make it a little more audible.
This is Miss Bright, one of your specials teachers.
And it's not perfect. If I was really going to do this officially, one, I'd get a microphone for my camera that would actually hear me, but I could also, you just right click and detach audio, and I could take that, edit it with Audacity, and put it back in, but I'm going to use that in another thing. So right now I look very far away, so I'm going to right click just so you can see it. Normally I just Alt C, and I'm going to crop and zoom. And I'm just going to make myself a little bigger. Here we go. And we'll just have there. That looks good. And then that'll crop me. And if I don't if I feel like I'm not centered, I can do that. And now we have the green screen. So I don't have good lighting, and you can see I have a shadow here. So it will mitigate that a little bit. But if I right click on here and click green screen, let's see here. Oh, before I do that, let me put the background in so I can see the background. So you might notice that I've got to bump this up. So basically with Audacity, whatever's on the top is going to be on the top, and we're actually going to move this around. So let me get the background down there. Boop. And let me right click and green screen. Boop, 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 boop. And you notice it's like you can see the lumps. Well, you just hit this little eyedropper and you can go, let's see if I hit the really, really like variable part right here. Let's see if that makes it go, oh yeah, I wish I would have done that in the first place. All right, so there I am, and I'm in this desolate background, and because we're pretending to do that dog and cat commercial, you know what? With Filmora, I feel like I should be in black and white. So I'm gonna go, first I'm gonna bump this up, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. Ooh, and so I'm going to make myself black and white first. So I'm going to go to Effects, and I'm going to go to Willow. Old video is more like it'll make me staticky. I don't want to be staticky. I just want to have some gray. And actually, let me bump this up another level because the effect I want going on in the background will involve 2 layers. So there, I have 2 layers to play with that will happen behind me. So let me just expand this out. And now I am in black and white.
This is Miss Bright,
And
one of your
that's
specials teachers.
easy peasy mac and cheesy. Now, for the next trick, I'm going to actually shrink my video down. The cool thing about Filmora is like I could literally turn myself upside down and just flip it. Like I could literally put myself on the ceiling. If I make myself, I could make myself sideways. If you go to the adjust audio, you could even make. I've done this a couple times. You can even make the pitch like super high, so it could go.
Every week, we dedicate ourselves to making lessons.
But that's not the lesson we're teaching today. Let me undo that. File, undo, undo. All right, I'm leaving myself small so that my video, because sometimes when you're manipulating things in the background layer, it can get tricky. So I'm just going to have a tiny cape for right now. And I have all these pictures back here. So let me start with this one. I'm going to drag this over here. Let's see here. I timed it out. I want this duration. So I right clicked and I want a duration to last about 7 seconds because that'll take it. There's a way to automatically make it so that they turn out that way. Now, do I want the picture to be over here? Nope. I want the picture to, I'm going to just scooch it actually over here. And I could make it smaller, but I'm just going to add a little bit of an effect to it. So I double clicked on it so it gets to motion. I could over here like add another effect. I can mess with the tones over here. I could um, do some transformations with the color, but I'm just interested in the motion. So I'm going to use, there's a bunch of different motions. If you double click, it'll show you what it looks like. That's not appropriate for the mood. We want something just like this. So we're going to have fading and sliding. Yeah, that'll work. So I have one going up, and then let's see here, we'll do this one, and we're going to have that one overlap just a little bit. Right click, duration, 7, boop, there it is, and scooch it over to the side, double click, we'll have this one go down to get a nice like alternating thing, going on, and then we'll have, let's see here, we'll do this ridiculous picture next. Let's see here. Oh, I can also increase the length by just going like that. So I can drag that over, and we want this one. Let's put this one on the left side. Let's keep going like back and forth. And then and then we'll have, oh, my face is ridiculous. And then we'll have, oh, this is the saddest one. Put this one over here and put that on the right side. I'm going to put this over here. And double click. Make sure it's going to go down. And I don't want the pictures to start right away because that would be, yeah, I don't want them to start just right away. So, I'm going to highlight. You'll notice I'm just going to highlight all of these. And let's see if I can just, cool thing about this is I think I can just, yes, I can just drag them over like that. And then they'll be there. And you know what? I'm going to not have these overlap quite as much. Ooh, did you notice that? I made them all small at the same time. Cool. If you're having trouble with things like, because it does allow you to like magnet and it will lock things so that they start one after the other, which is awesome. But sometimes if you're trying to do something tricky, it's not awesome. So you can always just zoom in and work with your timing a little more that way. All right, and now that I've got the pictures set up, let's see here. We'll just have them start consecutively and see how it. for some reason in the latest update, it starts when you increase the time this way, it just goes this way, but you just drag things and make it work, and then you zoom out, and then you take a look at it.
This is Miss Bright, one of your specials teachers. Every
You know what, I think I want the picture to start there. So I'm gonna just scooch this way. And maybe I'll scooch this one more this way. And this one, yeah, we'll just have overlapping this time. And let's see here. Oh, and I left myself very tiny, so I want to make myself just more normal human sized. So I can just make myself bigger like that. And then the last thing is I need some music. So over here I recorded myself singing. And now watch what happens. If I put that there, you're like, oh no, I don't want that. I don't have to hide it though. What I can do is I can detach the audio and delete this. There, now I don't have my random face in there. And you can tell I'm getting better at reading it by sound waves. You can just go like this, and then, yeah, we can just have it go like that. And I kind of eyeball the sound waves, which is not, boop, ended up that way. I usually eyeball the sound waves, and you'll notice something weird happened. Oh, sometimes when you delete something, everything below will just randomly wander off. So let me undo that real fast because I want the pictures back where they were. When I originally did this, I added the sound later. So actually, let me do this way so that when I delete the video, it won't have an identity crisis. I don't know if it was because I had something highlighted or just because everybody's allowed to have a bad day sometimes. Oh, hey, look at that. Let me just drag this over a little bit because we didn't want this to start until I didn't go back quite far enough. So we'll scooch this over. And you have to give it a second because I might have a bunch of things happening at the same time. That is on there twice, but that's okay. It's live. This is what happens when you do a live performance, right? Let's hear where the music starts.
your specials teachers. Every week, we dedicate ourselves to making lessons that are fun and interesting and short.
So you'll notice that my recording, because my phone was like right next to my face, so let me cut off the beginning. And look, if you notice when I did that, it made everything else sad. So let me go here, click specifically on there, and delete. So sometimes if you're messing with like the bottom layer, it will, for some reason, affect all the other layers. So it's just something to watch out for. And notice it right when it happens so that you can then fix it. And I'm just going to drag this here. And there's a little teeny, you can right click to the audio and have it fade in and fade out. But there's also at the top like just a teeny tiny little button so you can have things fade in. Let's listen and see how the balance sounds.
This is Miss Bright, one of your specials teachers. Every week, we dedicate ourselves to making lessons that are fun and interesting and short, that will help keep your brain healthy and make you smarter. And every week, they're undone. Make a specials teacher's heart happy. Do your specials work today.
All right, the only thing I think I'm going to do is scooch this out a little more. I feel like the motion on this one right here is a little fast. So I'm just going to make it a little wider. There we go. And then the last thing that I advise doing is a fade out. So I'm going to add a transition and I'm going to add fade. And I'm going to add the same transition to the background, otherwise I'll fade in like a ghost. There we go. So let's play it and see if we like that.
This is Miss Bright, one of your specials teachers.
And if I don't like the length of that, I can just dial it back like that. And I can dial it back like this. And then all you have to do after this, if you decide you like the volume, then you hit the export, and here's where you can decide how big. So right now I am just exporting things at this massive resolution, which can take a while, and especially because I have a couple different layers in there. The more layers you have, the longer it takes. So if I go to the settings, I can just go down and I can trade it from good or better best, and I can trade the resolution so that things don't take quite as long, because I've definitely had a situation where like it'll say it's like it'll take 3 minutes, but it really in reality it takes 20 seconds. So like this one says it might process in 31 seconds. I don't know if its estimations are sometimes. So Filmora, this is just a quick walkthrough of how to do that, and then ta-da, you're done. This software costs about $70 for a lifetime license, and it comes with like everything I saw you comes with a standard package. I do have more things. um I went and downloaded things from Filmstock, which is another place where you can get custom titles, which I've used on some things. But yeah, so that was just a quick walkthrough, and everybody have a great day.